Alright, hey guys, how are you? Ryan Long here, back again with another video. I am again using the new microphone, and hopefully that it does sound good in post. And so, the point of this video is going to be iOS 7 and OS 10.9, and basically what Apple is going to be doing in 2013. So what do I think Apple could really do in 2013? So the first thing that I think Apple needs to be coming out with is the new 2013 Mac Pro. Yes, I know, MacBook Pro, I'm talking about a Mac Pro. That definitely does need upgraded in terms of specs, the new Ivy Bridge processors, and there's just a whole bunch of things on that list, as well as, maybe even seeing more expansion, more upgradability. I really think that Apple needs to kick it up this year. I believe that more customization needs to come from Apple in 2013. With more customization leads me next into iOS 7. As you guys know, a lot of people were disappointed with iOS 6, and I was one of those people. It didn't really seem like an iOS 5 to 4 or 4 to 5 update. It was more of a 5 to 5.1 update. You get this, and this, but not much. And a lot of people were expecting widgets, but you didn't really get that. So what I think that Apple's going to do is they're going to do their whole new form of widgets, and they're going to act like it's something big and new that hasn't been introduced yet, when really it has. Their whole thing, what they do with that. And overall, I think that it will really, really work with a lot of people, and I think that a lot of people are going to like it. Customization is a must for Apple this year, or else I believe that their turn on the market's done with, the GS4 coming up, the Samsung Galaxy S4. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, that's coming out soon. So is the iPhone 4S and the later 4S. 5S is going to be out in the later September, October-ish, and so look out for that. I'll be doing coverage on it. So what do I think that they're going to be doing with their iPod line? Honestly, I don't see them doing too much with it this year. Maybe a new software here and there. The iPod Touch 5th generation is kicking butt, really. It's amazing, and I don't think that there's much that they can do with it, other than, okay, yeah, we'll improve the camera, and we'll improve it to a 5 to a 6, from a 5 to a 6. In terms of iPod Nano and Shuffle, I really think that they can't do much else with it. They can't make the Nano any thinner because of the headphone jack, and so really all they can do is add more expandability with it. In terms of iPod Shuffle, I really think that we aren't going to see any more upgrades in terms of the Shuffle. Basically because there's not much else that you can do with it. Maybe you can add more expansion and everything like that, but the design and everything, I don't think anybody else has said this, but it's basically perfected, and that's really impressive for Apple to be able to do. Next, moving on to tablets, we have the iPad and the iPad mini. Of course, we are definitely going to see a new design in terms of iPad, the full-size 9.7-inch. We're going to still have the same Retina display, and we might even see it as a thinner form factor, maybe even as thin as the first-gen iPad mini. That would be really, really cool to see, especially if they do the whole black and silver, white and slate. Wait, I just messed that up. It would be really cool if they did the whole black and slate and the white and silver. If they did that, that would really, really be cool, especially, how they unify their looks. It would really look cool, and in my opinion, the black ones do look cool. However, I'd stick with white because the paint does chip, and that's probably why I'm going with a white 5th-gen iPod Touch next month. So in terms of iPad mini, a lot of people have already guessed this. We're definitely going to be seeing an iPad mini 2, and we're going to be seeing it with the Retina display. We're going to be seeing it with, what is it? And it has an A5 right now, so it might get A6X or A6, something like that. And it will really, really be good for Apple, especially if they take the iPad mini, the first generation, and they bump that price down $100, and especially take on, Kindle Fire and Nexus 7 prices. It will be really, really good for Apple to do that, and keep the iPad mini 2nd generation at the $320 price point or whatever it is. That would really, really be good, especially since a lot of people are like, oh yeah, it's an iPad mini, it's like Nexus 7 and Kindle Fire. However, it's with the Apple tax of 110, 120-ish. but overall we are definitely going to see some new changes in the tablets this year. Moving on to more of a Mac environment, OS 10.9, there's not a lot that I can come to mind with that, you can see. There's going to be more wallpapers, there's going to be a lot of more apps, there's probably going to be more integration between OS 10 and iOS. There's not a whole lot that I can say in this field. Then moving on into the MacBook Pros and the MacBook Airs, honestly, I don't see any more upgrades in this either for a while. Maybe more customization, especially since in the Retina display MacBook Pros, they soldered the RAM to the motherboard. Apple, what are you doing? So, honestly, I think that this is going to be definitely a good year for Apple. And, a lot of new changes, especially with the new iOS developer. I forget his name at the time, but I know that he's worked on several different designs for iPhones, iPods, iPads, etc., etc. So with that, thank you all for watching. Hopefully you all enjoyed. I love your faces. I'll see you next time.